Hi guys, let's learn filters, which is coming under the insert tab, right? To use this options which is coming under the filter that is called slicer, you cannot use the slicer directly on the data you have like this. Take an example. If I selected the data range and click on slicer, it is not showing any field. To use that slicer, what you need to do? I'll show you, just have a look. First you need to select the data range you have by click and drag. Let me select. Okay. Once you selected the data, then you need to go to the insert. First you need to insert the table, because the moment you insert the table, it create a field, data, name, book and departments. You can change the color also, like in this way. Once you have inserted the tables, then you can go to the insert slicer from here, or again to the insert, then slicer. Okay. Then you select the things you want like this. The slicer would be coming in this way, right? What is slicer? Slicer is something like, it's a graphical representation of your filters. If you see the filters over here, it works same like the slicer work, but here it looks great because it has got a graphical interface, right? Okay, let me tell you more about the slicer. If I click over here, take an example columns. If I wanted to make it 2, I need to select in that way. And also I can resize the slicer by dragging here and there, right? In this way. Same you can do, you need to select this. The moment you select this, it shows the property of here. Again, you can do like this. And also if you wanted to see the book's name full, you need to drag this ones, right? In this right hand side, whatever you see, it is called scroll bar. Also you can change, right? And also you can change the slicer style from selecting here like this. Okay, whatever the slicer you like, you can select it. Okay, let me tell you how it works. Okay, take an examples. I wanted to see how many books are there, accountancy. The moment I click accountancy, all the book would be highlighting. Same thing happening here, right? But it looks good. I already said it's a graphical interface, correct? The moment I click here, I can have the list of the books which is coming under the business communications. Okay, fine. Okay, but if you see, let me zoom it little more. If you see inside this, you are having bu.com French, and here also bu.comm. The moment you have written something different, just take an example. Here it is written bu dot space com, but here bu dot space comm. So the slicer has been defining it's a 2 different departments. Always make a note. The moment you are having a different spelling, you have entered in the department, the slicer would be considered it's another department for you. So like this, just have a look. It says economic and statistics. Here it is economic. But here one another S you have added. The moment you add another S, it would be like this books is coming under this department. The moment I click on this book must not be showing, right? You should be clear, or at the time of enter the data, you should make sure that you have written correct department or correct information so that it can show you properly. Okay. Take an example, you have selected this. Now here you wanted to see all the books. No need to worry, just it is so easy. You need to go to the filters and automatically it clear the filters. So all the books which has been listed would be showing here, right? So in this way it works. Just have a look. I can see all the books over here, right? I hope you clear about the slicer. Okay. Also I am teaching you the timeline, how it works. To works the timeline, what is timeline? It's divide the time with the graphical interface so that from the graphical interface you can select a particular time you wanted to see. To use this, first you need to select the data. Let me select the data range first. I cannot use the time here on this table. See, if I click on this, I am not getting the data list over here. So to use this timeline, first I need to select the data, then insert the pivot table. So I wanted to insert in a new worksheet. Click OK. Okay, take an example, data, I wanted to put it on filters, then the name of the books here, then the department would be here. So like this I want. Okay, take an example, department, I am taking it to the filters, date and department. So we can do the filter on the base of date or department, and it would be showing the books which are coming under this specific date and specific department. Okay, I have selected this. Now to insert the timeline, just let me show you before I am inserting the timeline, how it works. If I select a particular date, take an example, this, on this specific date, whatever the things you enter, take an example, any date you selected here. So it would be showing here, right? Because all the department selected. If you want to select all the dates and you wanted to see the books under a specific department, so it would be showing in that way, right? It is very clear. It works like your simple slicer if you work, right? Okay, now I am going to show you how the timeline works. No need to do because pivot table is selected, then go to the timeline, and here you can have a look, date option is there. So click and OK. Now it is showing. If I select anything on this timeline, you can drag and resize also, right? All the year it would be saying, you can have a look. Again, here you are having the scroll bar here. See, take an example, I wanted to see the books on 2017. If I click on January, all the books would be showing, no books, no books, no books, no books. In that way, you need to click the month. See, in your 2017 Feb already it shows you are having, these are the books. Let me select all and departments. Okay, so these all the books you purchased or you enter at the month of Feb. Have a look. Let me drag this one to show you better. On March you are not having any book. On Feb you are having the book. On May you are not having the book. On June you are having the book. All the book you have entered the data, and so this is timeline, right, where it shows the time. So by selecting a graphical interface, you can jump to the time data, automatically it will populate it, right? It is so easy, and that way it works. But few golden tips for this, take an examples. Let me go to the data sheet. You make sure that whatever the date you entered, all the cells has got a date format. If any cells within the selected range has got a different format, take an example here from all this, one you are having the text format, right? In this way. If it is in this way, you would be getting the error at the time of inserting the data line, right? So make sure that you have formatted the data tables on particular date format, because it says, the heading says timeline. Timeline is related to date. Make sure that all the data you enter under the date has got a format of date, so that it can show you in that timeline, because timeline is concerned with the date. The moment any cell has got a different format like test, you'd be getting the error message, say the heading has not got a date field. So you make sure that you enter the date field. You format the field into the date, right? Thank you very much. See you in the next lecture.